We do have some live pictures coming into you at the moment. You can see here the former Prime Minister, John Howard. He is hitting the campaign trail for the Liberal Party. Let's just listen in to what he's got to say.
Well, it's local issues, local infrastructure, local needs. That's the emphasis, but it's also under the overall question of whether the current government, and particularly the current Prime Minister, is up to the job. And I think Australians believe very strongly that Anthony Albanese is out of his depth. That's the observation I get.
What's your observation?
It's my observation, he's completely out of his depth. I agree with him. I always have great faith in the common sense of the Australian people. Anyway, there'll be an election soon and we'll find out.
What are your thoughts on renewables in this area?
Well, there's a lot of resistance to you know what, and I agree with that resistance. I have a lot of skepticism about the government's renewable plan. I worry that we are throwing away a natural advantage profit has given us in things like coal and gas and the like, without being certain that we're going to have a better future, and that worries me a lot. And it will worry people who are worried about their jobs. There's a lot of industries in this area that are very dependent on existing fossil fuels.
And talking about this area, the seat of Paterson has changed quite a bit from when you were in power compared to now. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, well, we had a very good member in Bob Baldwin, and I know this area quite well because I used to still come holidays not far from here, at Hawke's Nest. And my wife's family grew up in Newcastle, so I'm not unfamiliar with the whole area.
Have you been to the Maitland show before?
Have you, pardon?
Have you been to the Maitland show before?
No, I haven't. Not that I can recall. But can I tell you, I have been to a lot of shows in a lot of parts of Australia.
What do you like about the agricultural shows?
Well, there's Australia exposed as it is.
Will we see you in the area a bit more as the campaign progresses?
Well, I get asked to go all over the country.
And do you expect that Paterson's going to be a key battleground?
Oh, yes, it's on a very small margin, 2.6, 2.9. But it's very marginal. And we have a good candidate. He's got very good local connections. I better go and see him. Hello. Hello.
How you going?
Very nice to meet you. How are you, mate?
Good, thanks. Self.
G'day.
Hello, my name's Glenn.
G'day, Glenn.
I'm from Maitland.
Well, I hope you're enjoying that ice cream.
Here he is.
How are you?
Mr. Howard.
Well, it's Angus. I think I might. Anyway, let's get moving.
Do you have any funding announcements coming up for Paterson?
There'll be lots of support for the important issues in Paterson, and that's cost of
I'm
living.
just going to get rid
Of
of
course,
this.
and Laurence will be saying more about that too. We know how much people are struggling with cost of living pressures right across Australia, and particularly in
And thanks for the offer.
I vote for anyone else except
Live
for...
pictures there of the former Prime Minister, John Howard. He's at the Maitland showgrounds falling to the seat of Paterson, which, as we know, is going to be a crucial contest for Peter Dutton at the upcoming election, side by side there, as you can see, with the local candidate and also the Shadow Treasurer, Angus Taylor. Let's listen in now to the local candidate there, Laurence Antcliff, speaking.
We need to have a representative that's going to work hard every single day. I grew up in the area, I grew up in Anna Bay, and I'm proud to call the suburb of Chisholm here in Maitland home. I absolutely love our region. We need necessary infrastructure commitments, which will be coming. Our region has been forgotten about for way too long. Our area deserves better, and they're going to get better. I'm determined to get our electorate back on track. Thank you.
Right. Well, let's go.
All right, I'm going to bring in my colleague Trudy McIntosh, who joined us from Canberra here. Actually, Mr. Howard has some more to say. Let's see what the former PM is offering.
You adopt this stupid, bigoted attitude that Chris Bowen has. Oh, you mustn't even consider nuclear. I mean, nuclear power provides electricity and power support for large parts of Europe, countries like France and other countries like Germany that walked away from it are now going back to it. Britain's doing the same, and we're mad. I mean, we have got almost unlimited supplies of coal, enormous supplies of natural gas, 38% of the easily recoverable uranium reserves in the world, and the Labor Party says, oh no, you turn your back on that. Well, that's stupid. Most Australians understand that.
Do you think Labor should continue with their wind farm projects?
No. Hello there. How are you?
Oh, good.
What's your name?
Rosemary.
How's business?
Good, thank you.
That's good.
You met Laurence? Laurence, you from Paterson.
Nice to meet you. Thank you. Oh,
You didn't think you'd meet Mr. Howard today, did you?
no, first time.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Sorry, I didn't mean to surprise you.
Yeah, you did. Surprise. I'm from Wollongong.
Anyway, good to see you.
Nice to meet you.
We're going to go into. Are we going to go?
These live pictures coming to us from Maitland in New South Wales, giving you a real insight into what it's like being on the campaign trail. Of course, an election hasn't actually been called yet, but it certainly feels like we are in the campaign in earnest.